What's up, ninjas? My name is Samrold. I got 20 to 30 minutes to produce before I have to go pick up my daughter from preschool. Oh shit. And I thought, why not work on this Let's Play Ableton live series. So today we're going to be starting a groove house track. We're going to be utilizing the Shapov sound bank and all these stuff that I've been releasing for you guys. Now before we get started, I wrote a blog post, guys, recently about the perfect intro. So I've made videos on intro theory, but I've never explained them in this sense. So in this blog post, guys, if you guys take the chance to read it, it'll take you at least 5 minutes to go through it. We're going to talk a little bit about the perfect intro, on what it needs to have, aka you need to have good teasing, you need to have good power, not too much and not too little. And I explained to you guys why intros get smaller and a lot of more fun, you know, stuff that you guys wouldn't have thought of, just because, you know, you're more set into like, oh, I need to make this intro sound big, rather than, you know, okay, the psychological point of an intro, what's the point of it? So make sure to check it out. I'll leave the link in the comments. You know, you'll always see me leave a comment for you guys in my videos. Now let's get started. So first off, I wanted to pick a sound, and I think we're gonna go with the runic sound that we used in the last video on how to make a groove house drop, or we can go with the Shapov dead mouse, but I think the runic will work the best here. So what we're gonna do is make the drop. I already have it kicked in the exhaust effect from the Cashmere pack. Now we're gonna move this down to -6 as always, just because I'd like to anchor the kick. This is gonna help save your hearing, and also, you know, you don't want to hear your track that loud. Now, for those of you that always make fun of the cups I have in the videos, it's just black coffee. I do intermittent fasting to lose weight. You know, something about keto body. There's just black coffee, only 5 calories, and it gives you like this kind of boost. It's crazy. All right, so let's get to it. First thing is the drop. I want a sick ass drop. So right now I'm making sure the note lengths are proper. Okay, that'll be the first part of a drop, just like that. Gotta name it. Now, one of the things I was gonna do is I released a free snare pack and a free MIDI pack for you guys if you guys haven't seen them. Here's the snare MIDI essentials, and I love it just because of the idea that you just put in a MIDI and then you put in a snare and that's it. So you know, one of the things too is, let's say this drop is not good. What I can do is bring this in and maybe you know, get rid of that here. You know, sometimes the snare midis can work as your bass kind of rhythms. So these are meant for snares, but you can still use them for basses, which is the funny thing. It's just rhythmic patterns, so it's crazy, you know? So if we get that, we can make something out of it as well. Like, you know, let's see. Could be the drop. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy how you can use just that. By the way, if you guys want to download these for free, evilsounds.com/free downloads. Support it if you guys want. It's free. Might as well. Okay, so what I'm looking for is I bought a couple of plugins, and one of them is finally one that has been way overdue for me to get, which was the volume shaper. So I want to try it out, just ducking on it. There we go. Now we have the maybe I can switch it up because I still like this here, and you can just have it like that, and then we'll have OTT on the bass just because it's like the best plugin ever. You don't have to have it all the way, but we have that. It gives it more sharp, kind of a sharp feel, as you guys can see. Now OTT is just we're compressing like hell. There are two types of compressions, guys. We're gonna have the downward compression and then the upward compression. Downward compression just means the level of the volume is going down when the threshold, I believe something passes over the threshold, which is just like a compressor. And downward compression is pretty much going to be stuff like your gates, where if you're below a certain volume, below the threshold, then no audio will be let out. Now here we're going to get rid of the OTT, and we are gonna put the best sub ever, or best sub of the year, some shit like that. It's my favorite sub so far right now, just because of the way it was processed. Not that one. Sub of the year. Oh Jesus, that's just fucking loud. So what we're gonna do is just go in here and move the midis down here. So now we always have that bass playing, and then we're gonna 100% the sidechain. Now we look at the kick, it's kind of taking up half the bar, as you guys can see here. So the side chains need to be a little bit more, you know, we want the side chain to pretty much, whoops, man, I still don't even know how to use this plugin, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We want the side chain to pretty much come, like, let go of the sound, let the sound come back in at the point where, like, it's almost gone, the tail of the kick. So this seems about right. On this one, it shouldn't matter that much, just because the it's not getting the low frequencies. We're gonna pretty much get rid of them on it because we don't need it. So you guys can see there. Now the next thing is we're gonna EQ8 this. and we're gonna get rid of everything high. And then we kind of just want the bass now, this upper layer of the bass. Get rid of there's still some info there. Get rid of that, just like right there. You can see that's the part where it happens, so we do that. And then a little notch here, just like that. Now the kick, we're gonna do the same exact thing to it, just over here, a little notch. Alright, so right now it's sounding pretty good. So we're gonna have a tom fill here, and then it's gonna drop into this. Alright, cool. Let's work on the drums. So now we're gonna work with the drums. The clap, I kind of just want the generic ass claps. I'm not gonna lie to you, like the pa pa pa. So what we're gonna do is go into maybe, you know, like let's say the big room section would have it. I think it would, or the Vengeance should have it. No, I think it will be in here. Claps. Something like that would work. So what I'm gonna do is just go with what I was gonna go with originally, which is the Cashmere Volume 2 claps. I think this is like the most used sound bank, but it sounds so good. Why aren't you gonna use it, you know? There you go. What we want is for these to come in right here. We're gonna have like this mini fill, and then we'll do that, and then we'll have this big fill here where it gets rid of this, and then we're gonna go back into it over here. This is not gonna happen here, and this is gonna continue. This is just, by the way, from experience, I know how these tracks work, so it's just me already laying it out. So what I'm gonna do here is get rid of the sub as soon as it hits it. And then to the bass, I want to add like this cool effect, which should maybe with the cutoff. The way I made the runic bass, by the way, was just, you know, I just wanted it to be sound like it, but at the same time, if you move the cutoff on it, it will give you this cool kind of effect, which you know, as you guys saw there. We don't want too much of it though, so we could do that effect there. Bring it back in. We don't want these. I think it's Control Delete to get rid of them. Just like as shortcuts, right? Okay, we're gonna add more here, maybe snare pattern. So we're gonna use the Atmos MIDI, Snare MIDI Essentials, which is free, by the way. Download them, guys. Come on. You know, we're just gonna get them in there. You know, and the cool thing about the Atmos Snare MIDI Essentials is a lot of people have this mentality, like you're so narrow-minded. Just because something has this name to it doesn't mean that's what it needs to be used for specifically. If you think about it, snare MIDI, rhythm, snare has rhythm, so anything that needs rhythm, it's gonna work for. So that's one of the cool things about it. Just be careful though, because Atmos, I met the guy because he sent me this track, and he was really like a really good track, and we collabed on it, and then it turns out he's a fucking drummer, and he started playing the drums for me on Skype. He was trying to win me. I'm just kidding, but I was like, damn dude, you should make like a pack. And he was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, and then he started doing these military ones where it was like and I was like, holy shit, you should add those, just because I haven't seen something like that put into MIDI. So that's where that idea comes from, and you guys can see the marching MIDIs are right here. I don't think it will work for this track. These are gonna work for more like kind of like jungle terror, kind of like big sub bass, not so much high end and not so much of a moving bass. But let's get to it. So let's try one MIDI like this, and it's at C3 just because that's the standard. Like usually Ableton plays C3 as the default, like that's where the snare plays the way it should be heard, not, you know, modulated the pitch in any way. So then we also have the Shapov snare shots, where I released for free, by the way. So some of these I recorded with my brother, like this one. that one. These are just, you know, kind of like Boys to Boys. It's a band that I really like, and I like their song Poison. It's inspired me to make a lot of deep house, so I like the snare shots in there, so that's where that comes from. So we're gonna go with maybe Let Me Be. Sounds pretty cool. So you can see it gives us a really cool kind of. So we just gotta find the right one that will fit the track. Let's try the 1-bar one. Nah. Nope. 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 Oh God. That's pretty good rhythms, but they're not working with this. Thinking we should go. Maybe we lower it down a bit. Okay, it's starting to sound better. You know, the thing that's throwing it off is the claps on top, to be honest. So maybe if I get, like, lower them down a bit more. I'm sure we'll find something. Let's try another snare shot. Maybe it could be that. It's always crazy how the things. Yeah, that one's not gonna work. Now we're gonna add sidechain to the snares, by the way, too, because again, everything needs to get sidechained, but it's not gonna be so drastic as the sub, so we can lower the sound. Okay, let's try EQing that, and now that shot is because the MIDI is, as you guys can see, it has a lot of velocity changes to it as well. So maybe we should just kind of try and have it be kind of just. Okay, I think you know what might work is gonna be the Atmos Tom MIDI Essentials. This one is more mellow than the snare one. It doesn't have as much movement. There you go, way better. And then so I'm gonna move this to the left and these to the right. Now we're gonna automate this, and what we want to do is just click on this. Maybe we can kind of have this configured. There you go, and then just automate that down. By the way, the sidechain. We're gonna automate the sidechain down here as well. You want this right there. Gonna do that. Double dots. Dots. Okay, I'm add kind of. We're gonna add a hat, but we're just gonna go with the simple standard hats, you know, that everyone has, because there's already so much rhythm going on. We don't want to add any more, so we just want to add like an offbeat hat, and that will pretty much, I believe, finish this off. So let's see. Cymbals, my bad. I'm all like blind. I need more coffee. Okay. Too open, man. Just the offbeat love right there. Okay, close hats. These are gonna be a little bit more like I have a gonna group them. Control G, by the way. Alright, cool. Okay, sounds very cool there. Alright, so we're missing a couple of effects, as you guys can see. So we're gonna add them before this video ends in like 5 minutes. So downlifter. We need a big uplifter. A rise hype. A mini sweep. A sub down, and I think we should be good with that. So we're gonna control these. These are gonna be effects, so we're gonna add them into a channel called effects just to be clean. Okay, fuck! Alright, control R. I'll just put effects and then. Alright, so there we go. So the first thing is we need to find the effects. So you can get them from anywhere. Jesus Christ, you made this so complicated, Cash. Sub drops. We're in the key of G, I believe, so. We'll go with this. This should be fine. It shouldn't cause any problems. I wanted that there. Sweep ups. We need a medium one actually. It's mini sweep. Okay, we have that. Let's try a long one now. That will start here. We'll go into, yeah. There we go. We're gonna use this one. Sweep transition one here. We don't want it that crazy either. not dubstep fill. We need to add like this sort of. God damn it. Those are cool. There you go. This one will work here. It's another downlifter, but we'll treat it as a crash just because it has that initial transient. We're gonna control fade this, and this it will allow us to kind of do like this transition here where one comes in, one comes out. Yeah. Also, we don't want the fucking sub to stay there that long. I have the hype one. I need the hype one actually. I think I made rice hype. There we go. So I put that in the sub down. Fuck, I suck. Alright, I can't read, man. Alright, there we go. Alright, guys. Alright, we just need a hype one, which I think maybe we can have in the bank. I'm not too sure. I had to put in a MIDI one. We're gonna go into silent one. As you can see all my synths here. Here we go, this one, select one. I do own most of them. Some of them are free, so those don't count. There we go. Effects, we're gonna go with, actually I think it's trap maybe. Yeah, I think it's we're gonna get the same sidechain from these and put it on the effects as well, because again, everything needs to be sidechain so the kick pops through, guys. That's the whole point of the sidechain. But the mix can be now in the Tom MIDI Essentials, I have some fills in there, which I think I'm gonna use. Now that one I might give away for like $1 or $2 in the future, but right now I have no plans on it. I released it a while back, and you guys can still find it. I'll self-fi for sale if you guys want it, but other than that, you know, it's up to you guys. So there you go. Maybe we can have. Okay. Put this up. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. There we got it. And pretty much that's going to be it for the first portion of this video. In the next one, we'll work on the break, and then the next one we'll work on the mix, and the next one we'll work on the master. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. If you guys want to support any of these, there's 2 free packs here, the Admin Snare MIDI Essentials and the Shapov snare shots. And then if you guys want to support the main bank, which is the sounds you guys heard, the sub, the bass, and the sound, which, you know, it's all in the pack. Make sure to check it out. In the future, you'll hear more of the sound, so hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a good one.